it's not. But you are going to need a 5 eventually on Vici, unless, I mean, Vici did play it last season in the 5 role. I believe they lost that game. Because that hero needs levels, right? Like, sure, farm, whatever, but you do need levels on that
like
hero.
levels are more important than farm on tree, and they could pick it here on Vici. I mean, it's good against Chen in the early game and for the push, but it's not the greatest against Slark. I could see them picking something like Lion. I don't know if they were one of the teams in the group stage, but some sort of catch in this game I think would be really nice for them, and otherwise I'm not really sure what exact support they're looking for right now.
What about a 5 bat?
I think
kind of mess with the laning stage.
It's not the greatest in this game, at least not for Vici.
Right, because he can just take off the stacks of sticky. I was thinking like in terms of lasso too and the bounce back, but oh, never mind. There it is.
They used a lot of their time there too, and they're probably just thinking like they're going down the list of heroes. They're like, yeah, we got to pick tree. And it's always going to be good because Slark eventually is going to want to get a BKB, and obviously we've seen these treants have been destroying BKB carriers with blink daggers. Just blink overgrowth.
I think it's very likely that EG picked their mid hero here because, or have Vici been one of the teams that run OD safe lane? I'm not quite sure.
I haven't seen it myself, but I think most of them can play it, but I don't know if they want to.
Because I think here you see the OD, so you can somewhat assume at least that it's in the mid lane. So you could pick your own mid here, and then you know, you have a better last pick here for, most likely for Ramses in the offlane later on.
What would you like? Like, OD is very difficult to deal with, right? He's a lane dominator.
Yeah, like, usually heroes you want in the game in general against him are heroes that can jump him first or silence. But a hero like Puck is already banned. Doom is out as well later for their offlane. There's no disruptor. Not sure what else Abed has played in this tournament so far. Mag is not great in this game either. It's not good against Tree, and it's not good against Omni Knight.
I mean, we might just see the classic Abed. Even when they want to fall back, they're running out of time. Use him with the TA. Beastmaster, okay.
I don't think they quite knew what to take for mid, so they rather give themselves some more time. Beast is... It's good with their heroes. I wouldn't say it's necessarily great against the Radiant heroes. It's okay against Treant in the lane, but overall in the game, Treant is not bad against him. Omni is pretty good against him too. With the GA, he can also take off the Roar, and you have the OD save, of course. But it's really good with Slark and Chen.
And I think this is like EG versus Vici in a nutshell. Like, as you said, the Beastmaster honestly doesn't even look that good for the overall game, but it looks good for EG's draft. Exactly. And these two teams definitely play their own game.
Yeah, and also, I mean, to bounce off of what you're saying, Grant, that's exactly what Kezu said he wanted to see from EG before we even got the draft started. So if you are an EG fan, maybe you're starting to feel a level of confidence here, but both of these teams seem to be going that route, definitely playing their own game, and Vici's actually getting incredibly loud right now.
I love it.
Draft.
They are.
I'm like really excited to see.
They're both run out of time. I mean, we talked about EG losing it. Vici's down to 20 reserve time. And I will say with the Beastmaster Slark, Division game's on lockdown. You may have a tree on the other side, but you have a friend Slark and Beastmaster. If you do well in the laning phase, you are going to move around the map so clean.
Well, they went for the mag anyways.
So they take the mag. I guess right now they're kind of open still which one of these two heroes goes like mid and safe lane. But I would assume that Magnus does go in the safe lane. He fares up pretty well against Beast in the lane. You can push the wave, you can maybe cleave on the, on the summons. So I think that's fairly solid.
Very tanky lineup too when you look at what they've got over there. They've got the Omni Knight, the Tree, and the Magnus. And you've got the saves and sustain. And it has always kind of been, about those saves and sustains.
Yeah.
We've seen, I mean, that's pretty much how TNC won their earlier matchup. They were first picking double sustain all 3 games.
Yeah.
Shadow Demon, that's a hero I brought up like 2 days ago. No one's playing, but one of the few that has like that break mechanic, and it's a good save.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't like anything that has a break mechanic because, the Viper.
Viper's banned as well.
Yeah.
They've got something up their sleeves here.
Ooh. I think Vici should look for some magical damage in their draft right now, most likely out of their support, unless they have like a pocket pick for their offlane, because if they do pick an offlaner, they need to run Omni support, which is not the easiest to do. So I would assume that they're going to pick a magic offlaner. I'm not quite sure because the pool is so starved of heroes right now. I could see something like Phoenix, but it's not the best game for it.
What about a Crystal Maiden?
CM is okay.
It gives you that
burst to Chen as well.
The aura is pretty good for your heroes. It's decent against Chen.
Yeah.
Are we okay? I'm looking at these break bans. How are we looking at a meepo from EG? Is there any chance, or is Tree Mag too good against it?
I think it depends on the last pick. It could be okay. I mean, Mag and OD are kind of okay against it, but they need some time at least to be good against it. Oh, there's Tiny.
So I assume 5 tree, 4 tiny, you thinking?
Yeah, I think
Probably.
so. Yeah.
All right, well, we got 30 seconds for EG to pick this. Oh, I'll bet hero.
They could. I don't know if he plays Arc Warden, but they could actually pick it here.
Arteezy does, and then you just
shift people over.
play the Slark is the question. I think at that point.
It's a little greedy, but they could do it. Otherwise, some Abed Meepo pool. I'm trying to think right now. I don't think they'll end up picking Meepo.
Yeah. And now the TA looks a little worse with the tiny as well. To me, at least, like laning phase, TA is one of those heroes. Like you do well in the lane, but you get one toss back, and your lane's just straight up ruined.
Invoker, all right.
Interesting.
Is that the first we've seen?
I think so.
At least on the main stage, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't seen a single Invoker, I don't believe.
Invoker.
All right, Bobo, let's see what that can do. Do you like it here, Grant?
I'm thinking, I always love an Ab Invoker. I don't think anyone's against that. And we always talked about EG and Vici. They want to play their own games. Honestly, I'm okay with it. I think they have a decent team fight, but it's so hard to go against like a tree, mag. You have this huge team fight. You have this huge pickoff. I honestly like Vici's draft a little bit more.
This is already looking like it's going to be a great first game, but we want to be thinking about who the greatest in the game is going to be. You can vote using the hashtag right now in chat. You can vote for who you think the MVP will be, and you can see right now on the screen. Make sure that you're not going to have any of them typos. Just make sure that you use the hashtag. You can do it in the
Who's
chat.
it going to be, Keza? Who's winning this game for which team?
My gut tells me it's going to be Vici.
You think Vici's winning?
Yeah.
Who do you think the MVP would be?
In this game?
Yeah.
Ori.
Okay. All right. Now you can bounce off of Kezi right now, or you can spam something else in chat like Pepida, Papi hands,
Whatever you want.
whatever you want in chat. You can do absolutely whatever you want, but you guys can't, because I have very particular questions for all of you right now. The first one, Kezu, how do you see these lineups actually winning? And we'll start with the side of Vici. What do you think their win condition actually is?
So for Vici, first of all, they need to play their lanes out, and then they need to farm. They have some greedy cores with OD mag that need to hit creeps for a while and kind of just chill. When it comes to EG, they have a bit more plays in the early game. They have Chen, they can recall some of the heroes around. They have Beastmaster Aura to also push towers, and they have the global help from Invoker with the Sunstrike. So they kind of just want to also take it slow, but they have more plays than Vici in the early game. So I would assume that EG will play more aggressively during the early and mid game.
And going off that, I just realized maybe the Invoker is good here, because you know that mag's going to be in the jungle, right? And a Quaswex Invoker, I feel like, is one of the best heroes who can just roam into that jungle and actually like cause mayhem. So maybe they picked him to shut down that mag. I'm not sure.
All right. Yeah, it seems like you're warming up to the Invoker a little bit. Maki, how are you feeling about it?
I just feel like they've got really, really tanky picks on the side of Vici, and they've got really good sustain and save. So for me, in my book, I'm feeling Vici's draft just a little bit more. I like the Invoker. It's interesting to see it. They also have a Slark who's very, very strong, but I think that it's really easy for that team to start to fall behind if they don't win that lane stage. So like Casey said, make sure very aggressive early and mid game. It's going to be very important for Evil Geniuses.
Cool. Do you think that Invoker in particular might end up being one of these feast or famine picks? Do you think it's going to be like, yeah, so it's either going to be like everybody in chat's going to be going like Lolba or like 500 IQ Bulba? Yeah.
No, pretty much that.
It's all Boba.
I love Bulba. Yeah, I absolutely love Bulba.
He's a
And
sweetie.
I also absolutely love this matchup. We are very excited to get this started. We're going to see you guys in the game. Woo!
Thank God.
A rolling stone.
"30 seconds to battle.
I'll be creeping around us.
Your name offends me.
Evil Geniuses versus Vici Gaming. This is a hype matchup, so let's get right into it. Game 1 is underway. This is the 4th series that Vici Gaming and Evil Geniuses have played against each other this season. Last time they matched up against each other was at the One Esports, where Vici Gaming wiped EG in the finals 3-0. Before that, EG actually brought Vici Gaming down in that same tournament in the upper bracket. But the very first time they matched up against each other, Kyle, was in this same spot at the last major, the upper bracket semifinals, and that was won by Vici Gaming 2-1.
Yeah, definitely EG coming in as a bit of the underdog. I like the style they went with this draft. A lot of stuff we haven't really seen before. Abed looks like he'll be going for the Cross Wex build. He's got phase boots queued up already. And as the panel was saying, it's very good at hunting these slower-paced heroes like OD Mag. Vici need a little more time to get their lineup online. They want the Echo Saber, Blink BKB on Eurus, or he's going to want to have his traditional Aghanims. If you can get tempo going fast for EG, this is a great combination of heroes, specifically the Chen Beastmaster. You can play with a lot of aggression, and Slark is so good at just taking map control once you kill towers.
Yeah, we'll see whether or not they're able to get that tempo control, get those map control, because it's off of the lanes first, right? And it looks like with the lane swapping that we're having right now, Evil Geniuses is trying to eke out a win somewhere. So what, they don't want, what matchups do we want for these sides? Do they want to have the Slark versus the Mag?
It looks that way. I'm honestly not sure, because both Omni and Mag both do pretty okay against Slark. It's not as if there's a huge difference between the two of them.
Mm-hmm. Maybe Beastmaster suffers more.
Maybe avoiding the tree more so.
Okay, yeah. That would make sense. You definitely want the Beastmaster against the Train Protector and probably not against the Cleave of the Empower. So it looks like EG have gotten the lanes that they wanted.
Yeah, and the guy who's been really standing out for me on EG is Crit, and I love that they gave him his Rubik here. Already, the opener was OD Omni Knight. Stealing Astral, stealing Heal, always going to be excellent, and it's a great hero to pair with a Chen, because, again, it's like the most old-school, natural roaming combo in Dota history. Just lift into a creep, find yourself a kill.
And on the Vici Gaming side, we heard Kezu. His prediction of the MVP was going to be Ori, and Ori has certainly been a standout player for Vici this whole season, and all of last year, really. This guy's just been picking up more and more momentum as his career has gone on. He's just become a better player every year.
Yep. I mean, definitely. He started off as someone that looked, he got exposed in mid lanes a couple times early in his career, and then later on, suddenly he's become this guy that just seems to always win matchups he shouldn't. Definitely one of the best mids in the world at the moment, and holding his own against Abed thus far. Again, it's the Quaswex Invoker build, so EG are going to need to be the ones rotating and finding kills. I like when Ramses is on heroes like Beastmaster. He's transitioned a bit better than the other CIS counterpart Resolution to the offlane, but they're similar in that they do much better on heroes that are farming. Centaur, Beastmaster specifically, that can push lanes easily. He's not yet an Underlord as an example. He's got to be able to find kills too.
Right. Let's see, Chen, Fly just doing a little bit of pulling onto the hard cam, trying to stop PYW from doing this obnoxious side pulling as much as possible. They're now going to have Arteezy into Yang, so we're going to swap around the lanes a little bit more.
Yeah. I like that Arteezy started with the Orb of Venom. I've seen some Slarks go for it, others skip it, but when you're knowing that your matchup will be against a melee hero, regardless of who's up against you, I think it's critical you get it right away. It's part of why he's been able to secure a slight deny advantage up top.
Yeah, good example of that just this morning. Gabby being able to get so many kills on his Slark versus Fnatic.
Yep.
DJ dying multiple times there as the Crystal Maiden.
Yeah. Another reason this Invoker is solid, not only is it a traditional counter to the Omni Knight, because you and Brew are really the only heroes that can remove the GA on multiple heroes, but it also removes the tree armor, which is very effective as you try to land kills.
A little bit of mana burn action against heroes like, I mean, you got a lot of strength heroes up there on the board. Magnus, Tiny, as well as Omni Knight, all susceptible to that. Tree Protector as well, actually.
Yeah. It's just really good to pair with heroes like Chen. I always like Chen and Undying as supports with the Quaswex Invoker, because he can provide like the rotations. You need something that secures the towers, and Chen's great at that.
How do you expect this laning phase to really break through? Is there any obvious advantage that you're seeing as this lane has gone on? It's mid, or he's going to get bopped a little bit. Will manage to get the EMP burn on him.
Not really. I think EG will have an easier time finding kills once they start rotating. Can expect maybe something soon now that we've hit nighttime. Tiny tossbacks are really Vici's only way of making plays at the moment. They certainly have a slower draft, which is why it's so important for EG to be the ones that get out to an early lead.
For me, it felt like because they had a slower lineup, it was more important for their laning phase to go a little right. They do have Crit cutting across here, leading with the Fate Bolt, telekinesis tossback with the cold snaps, but now PYW is going to show up, and he's looking for the tossback. He's going to wait. Oh, I thought he was going to wait until the heroes had separated themselves from the creeps, but pulls the trigger a little bit too early.
We're not used to it just yet, but that nerf to the toss range shows itself there, because previously, yeah, he could just wait, and even if they walk up the other high ground, he's still going to be able to land tossbacks to the tower, but he rushed it there because he was going to run out of distance quite soon.
That makes sense. We're going to try for a toss here. Avalanche toss over into the OT, and they slow him down a bit with the Bramble Maze. They're going to turn around with the Cold Snap, actually. PYW, he's actually the one who dies instead. 2 versus 3, and Evil Geniuses walk away with the first kill.
Nice job. I just had more heroes there, right? Treant is not really useful away from the trees in the center of this mid lane.
Yeah.
PYW found himself in no man's land quickly, and Abed actually is going to go all the way back to base. Just kidding. I have a Chen.
Pulls him right back in, and now he's ready to rotate. If they won, it's actually been the opposite, right? The supports are rotating into that mid lane.
I'm really shocked we haven't seen more Chen at this event. Oh, hang on, Ramsey's just missed my
Yeah, he's going to get skewered up, and Ramsey's maybe a little bit of his inexperience is going to show itself on the off lane. Dies 1v1 to Eurus. Eurus is going to get pulled back with the Necronomicon minions out, bring him out of mana. Maybe they can get a counter kill, but ERP turn around. Oh, the dart pack was still going from Arteezy, but it might be enough to get the kill on the Crit. PYW is going to try for it. TY is going to join him. One punch isn't good enough. He needs another and won't be able to, as this army from Fly combined with the Necronomicon minions is just too much.
That's huge, because EG, they wanted to make a play into this bottom lane with the Necro timing, and Eurus, very heads up, recognizes that Ramsey's kind of just fell asleep there. Maybe he was shopping. It looked like he might have been microing Courier, because his boars get killed, and then he just gets gone on. Eurus just straight up mans for him, and that's it. Like, there's the timing. You rotate Arteezy down here, but there's nothing doing now.
They're even going to, oh my God, be careful, man.
These are worth a lot of gold, though. Like that, so much gold and experience was just fed away by Ramses.
Oh, that's great.
200 gold. That was like another 100 from the boars. And yeah, sure, you hit this record timing. But
oh, nice tornado. Great read by Abed.
And also is going to get them to waste a sentry. Yeah. You don't expect to. That's such an Abed play, right? Although he did have a ward, so he knew he kind of guessed and just sort of tracked him through the fog. But either way, really nice timing. And yeah, I just can't believe there's not been more Chen. The global teleport is just such a crazy good mechanic. We've seen Wisp played to great success here. Chen, one of the only heroes in Dota remaining that can provide global movement. And also just helps secure the laning phase as well. You can see EG, top 3 net worths even after that miscue. And now they're going to look to try and get an objective here.
But can they actually get this objective? Because if they can't, they're going to be having a bunch of heroes stuck on just a corner of the map. This DY Tree and Protector is trying to protect it right now with the Brambles and the Living Armor. Now this go for the 2-0-2. But
this is still fine. Like back in the day, you used to like going aggro with your Chen and your carry, but now that you need more levels to get higher creep levels of creeps you can take over, you have to start safe lane, but in theory you want to come down bottom. They bring Ramses here. This is the real tower push. He's got Necrobook up again. You can start to be into the tower, but we'll see if they try and do anything here. Eurus is smacking top all by himself.
They burned him out of mana. He doesn't have Soul Ring for another 5 seconds. Yang's in trouble. The toss over, the Avalanche onto 3. That's a good toss, but there's too many heroes here from Evil Geniuses. At the end of the day, EG, they just brought more bodies to a fight, and you can't beat that.
More bodies. You can't bring more bodies than all 5, Cap. The entire squad's here. It's much easier for Abed to rotate around, of course, because he's that Quaswex Invoker, but this is part of the plan for Vici. He might actually just get gone on here.
Yeah, this is nice. Eurus immediately immediately challenging Crit, recognizing that his TP solo is going to cost him his life as he's willing to use the RP because this in part secures that tower.
And this is the way Vici wants to play. They have no intention of taking in any engagements right now. EG, they recognize they've got Chen, they've got Roar and Necro, the Slark. They're 5 heroes, and it's a Quaswex Invoker. This hero doesn't farm, he fights when he goes for this build. You just want to keep accelerating, scale, avoid EG for the next 5-10 minutes until those core items are online. And Eurus is just having an incredible game. Like 2 free kills to add on to almost pure free farm. Arteezy Slark doing well with that trusty shovel in tow.
Yeah, they were talking about the MVP, and when they said Ori, I remember looking at it going, yeah, but what about Eurus's Magnus? Because we saw it once before in this tournament. It looked really hot. Royal Jelly? So both teams have managed to take the opposing side lane tower. There's still that outpost to be taken for Eurus. He'll get to it eventually, I assume.
Yeah, and the big thing for EG is just that they need to try and find openings to get kills when Vici isn't grouped up and looking for them, because you have the Astral for the Roar defensively, and Omni Knight's W also functions as a strong dispel. So if Ramses lands a Roar and there's just Vici heroes wandering around behind, like it's just going to be ineffective. They're going to kite back. Ori rushing a Force Staff to do just that. It's also the anti-Slark item. You need to get one ASAP in this sort of game.
Since they do have such great single target save, that's where, again, I really like the Quaswex Invoker, right? Him being able to have that AoE disable that bulldozes through heroes. There's no easy way for, a simple imprisonment or Heavenly Grace to counteract that.
Yeah, I like the item build Arteezy's going for, because he has to get active early. Just rushing the Diffusal. The way fights want to go for EG is that the Chen, the Beastmaster, the Slark, they get involved. They force abilities from Vici, and then Abed can come over and just combo break. Boom, Tornado EMP. All of a sudden, Vici's initiation potential is just stopped. Because it's the RP, the root, the GA. You've got to kind of have your Invoker land his spells halfway through the Vici assault.
And he doesn't care. Sees Ramses show up, he just pops Heavenly Grace on himself, knowing that he will not be victim of a Roar while that's up. Hastern grabbed by Abed. But still, I mean, they may have, like, it feels like EG has a little bit more control of the map, but Vici Gaming are able to farm so efficiently with this Magnus. They're keeping the net worth relatively even.
Yep. But EG, they've done a good job. They've accomplished their mission. They've got map control and wards down in the bottom area of the map. So now Ramses is free to play this bottom lane and just keep pressuring it.
DY. There was a bunch of heroes from EG just kind of like ran up to that top lane, but DY, it's so hard to root this hero out. He can just so freely play on the side lanes to keep a lane pushed in.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that Abed, he's fully committing to this max way. Like, he is a Quaswex Invoker. He's not going Midas, rushing the Spirit Vessel, but this means that he will fall off hard if EG don't continue to play with pace, and that's what they're doing right now. Double smoke behind Ramses, pops everything, just goes for this mid-tier 1.
Yang pops Heavenly Grace. That's going to be stolen by Crit. Now the Slark coming in from the side, but not actually committing to the kill. They pulled the creep wave off the tower. Now they're going to be able to get the overgrowth, catching at least the Chen, but an opportune pause coming up from Vici Gaming. We experience a little bit of a hiccup.
So let's, can we zoom out a little bit and break this one down? Let's see. You've got no GA skilled. Root is about to fade. That tree W is just really annoying to deal with. I don't see this is the issue with both of these lineups, right? You've got all this AoE, but it's really difficult to actually get into the fight, like if somebody's not isolated. So now that you've got 5-on-5, let's hop back into the game because we're about to get underway.
Yep, they're going to try and poke at this Chen, not fully committing. Slark trying to steal a little bit of stats here, but can't overcommit. They're going to be forced back by the EMP. Well, they're still trying to deal with this tower, but the living armor is really slowing down this damage.
You just can't fight here. Neither team, really. EG, yeah, sure, you've got the initiation potential, but you can't go into what Vici's got. They try and save Fly, but again, you're just solo RP. Pick up a free kill. Was it stolen? Yes, it was.
Stolen. That is something Eurus is going to have to pay better attention to in the future. I guess he was just out of mana. But, I mean, he's just willing to throw down RP whenever he wants to get a support pickoff.
Yeah. But that's the name of the game. Vici are just trying to buy time. Just you can see that the strength of the draft is that you cannot initiate onto them when they are concentrated in an area. EG have to just sort of spread the map around. Beastmaster, Slark, Quaswex, Invoker, like these are three of the best heroes at doing that. But Vici have just done a good job of, you know, just not getting caught out and reading the movements of VG. They've got vision. As you can see, all the wards placed by Vici, these two, they just had a third one fade, but they're all on their side of the river. It's just about maintaining equilibrium. They don't need to get aggressive yet.
Eurus, he'll push through. Ramsey's just kind of poking at him. It's certainly not going to be much that Eurus has to worry about, but it is slowing him down to get to his precious farming spots. Helmet Dominator is going to be up next for Ramses rather than completing the Necronomicon 2 and 3. Makes sense with the Chen, the value that Helmet Dominator brings to this lineup.
Bounty runes have spawned. Looks like we'll have our typical 2 for 2. It's just really cool to watch games like this because you can see the hive mind of both sides. EG, their vision and their bodies on the enemy side of the river. Vici continuing to play defensively, huddled around their structures. But that's how these teams are going to play this game. And
it shows the best way of how to use like Omni Knight to sit in front of pushes early on because he is so tanky and it's hard to burst him down. They've got some saves in the overgrowth, maybe a toss back as well. They're going to try and get a skewer onto Ramses. A fast play from Vici Gaming, not quite landing.
Vici are also one of the few teams that's willing to just run like this hard carry mag. We saw in that Fnatic TNC series the last pick Animage, and I think that that's not necessarily the way this hero is utilized best because truthfully, the Empower is just so good on yourself.
We can just go ahead and save that.
Oh, also, if you have vision, pre-clicking OD, now the Astral, now there's no cast time for the Rubik, and yeah, Moonshard is queued up by Ori.
Not Aghanims?
Nowadays, it's all about getting the stacks and the hammer, right? You just want to max out your int. And in addition, you've got an Omni Knight behind you. Like,
well, isn't that the idea of the Aghanims is because you imprisonment twice, you get charges from the imprisonment, therefore that's a better way to get the stats? What's a right-click build better?
Just damage output. Obviously doesn't steal mana or int anymore, but it's just raw DPS, and you've got so much AoE locked down in front of you.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I imagine it's just damage, right? Because you're a weird hero because it's basically just attack speed and intelligence. The damage isn't as relevant to OD. Or sorry, mana pool and attack speed. So
maybe it's like it's just kind of a better scaling right-click build. Yeah, is that what you're saying?
You start to really hurt, and it's about maximizing damage within the duration of the RP and the root. I think that's the critical part.
Okay.
3-4 hits, boom, hammer drops.
Vici Gaming, you could tell the momentum of this game as it kind of shifts. They went from playing super defensive and just like hyper defending towers and letting EG crash into them, and as time kind of grows, they get more of these items. They're poking their heads out more and more. They keep on running into Fly for the pickoffs, which isn't amazing, but it's still a kill. And, you know, Fly comes with an additional farming kit and all those neutral creeps, so they're going to be able to grab those as well. Ramsey, same thing when you gank him, I guess.
I mean, he's got an HOT and a Necro, but it's just like, you know,
free money.
This is
gold. Free money. That was like 450 gold.
Top lane, Ori. Again, it covers the Astral, so good.
It's easy. Shadow Dance in is going to pounce away. He's got to get out of vision, which should be fine unless toss. No. You don't want to risk that one. You have no idea who's there on the EG side.
Again, look at Abed's net worth, right? He's got this vessel up. He's maxed out Wex. It's just, he'll start to fall off. Omni Knight's even catching him up. In fact, he's about to pass him. As the EG look to make a smoke move, don't mind it. You've got to get aggressive. You need to find something. PYW.
Well, this is going to be a big kill if they can get that on top of the Primal Roar. Hey, lock it down forward, Eurus. Wham! Bam! Thank you, man. That's 3. Dead on the side of EG. Let's go ahead and take Abed out of the pool as well. Oh, Ghost walk away. And no AoE damage. So just the 3. EG, though, lose the fight heavily and go lose their tower and who knows what else.
I think the skewer might have saved Abed. It looked like he was just on the edge of the hammer and didn't take the damage, or he just was the only player with mana left enough to survive. But man, Eurus, you talk about a player. He TP's middle, he's farming his jungle, and EG are just, I mean, PYW sets it up. He's dying, but still collects 4 EG heroes together, pays with his life. But yeah, this is just
beautiful. And Ori, yeah, it looks like Abed had a decent amount of mana left. Good response by Abed, getting off that fast tornado to save his own life, but still, EG, now the fights, they're tilting more and more in the favor of Vici Gaming, and EG is probably going to be panicking a little bit what to do.
I mean, Vici just read the movement, right? This whole game kind of gets decided with that pause, rather, at the time the game was paused, in the sense that Vici were postured around their objective. They're 5 heroes. You're not going to catch us off guard with this smoke, find 2 kills and take a tower. We know what this game plan is, and now that they have their strength, thanks to these item pickups.
You can see EG, they're like desperate to keep making moves. They know they have to act now, and this time around, they're going to get PYW without a 4-man RP. So this will lead into a tier 1 tower, EG.
Nice, and DD, perhaps you take this and go straight into Roche.
Oh, that is very opportune for EG. But Vici Gaming, they know about it. They're not going to give this up for free. Try to go for the skewer back. Eurus is going to be locked down by the clumsy net. There's vision on the high ground, by the way, from the side of EG. Tornado on out as they go into the funnel. Eurus is going to be skewering over to the other side of the cliff. Maybe that's not what they wanted. Pops BKB. PYW looks for a pick off and it gets a person hero. He tosses back Abed. Can they execute him fast enough? Imprisonment? That may be enough damage here. The roar goes out, trying to slow down some damage, but Abed's going to come back into a world of hurt as Europe bops him in the head once. Cracks the skull open, and EG now have to fully retreat without Abed, their big disabler. EG actually going to try and turn this with Slark, but oh no, that wasn't good. And RP whiffs his
high ground.
17-5, 10,000 net worth lead for Vici Gaming, and now Ori, who built into this very carry-style right-click build with the Moon Shard, basically first pick up, sure, Hurricane Pike, whatever, but now he's got an Aegis too.
Yeah. And his net worth is larger than it appears because those 2 nulls were turned into a Vambrace, so he's closer to 13K.
DY, oh, Abed, he thought he could get a solo pickup, but Vici Gaming are never alone.
Yep. It's just a simple strategy for them. Just kite towards BKB. You notice the GA was held until Abed expended the Tornado. You don't want to allow him to get that free purge off. And you got a BKB on your mag now. Eurus, I have no real criticism for the way he's played this game. He's 6-0-11. He's been a part of all but 1 kill. And he free farmed, he won his lane, he found kills, he found pickoffs, he had a 4-man RP to win the last fight in mid. You really can't ask for more.
I just don't know why more people aren't playing the safe lane Magnet.
Yeah.
And I keep on seeing it like picked up and then it goes mid, but like this Eurus is making this look sick.
You get like a lot of damage. You get 50% bonus damage and almost 100% cleave. And your hero archetype is just perfect for the meta. You naturally build a lot of the strongest items, and you can utilize at least 1 tier 2 item a game.
Yeah,
he had an Imp Claw, now he's upgraded that for a Mindbreaker, and you have Blink BKB Echo, 3,400 HP, 3,500 HP.
So he can frontline, he can DPS, physical DPS for you, he can team fight for you, he gets pickoffs like Eurus was able to show with just an Echo Saber. You're actually really dangerous to most supports.
And you also are one of the rare heroes that have just straight up 3 fighting talents, right? Attack speed into strength, which also is then buffed up by Empower, and then 10 armor. He needs no armor items. He's already at, what is that, 21?
Most offlaners can't really stand playing against him because of the cleave that comes in, and he gets such great stats you don't feel comfortable playing into him one-on-one most of the time.
I look at this EG lineup, like, look at all these creeps.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's an advantage.
Yeah, for anything, Magnus is just like, that looks great to me.
Not just that, Tree Root, Tiny's combo.
They've definitely been farming their share of EG neutrals. They're going to grab him with the Avalanche, skewer on through. Eurus is going to miss that one. Stolen Avalanche stalls him up a little bit, but they'll take the Necronomicon minions and a bowl or 2. So even when they fail a gank, they still walk away with 225 gold.
Yep. And I always worry about a game you're playing against OD and he doesn't have to buy a BKB. And Ori has no plans to, because realistically, what would you need it for? It's mostly physical damage on the side of EG you've got to deal with. And again, I point to this Invoker pick, right? I like Quaswex Invoker. I feel like Quas Exort is still perhaps the better way to play, solely because of this. Like, it's incredibly difficult at this level of Dota to just straight up win games in the laning phase and then just, crush it at 20 minutes. And you've got a Spirit Vessel and a Solar Crest. He's underneath Ramses in net worth, and it's not Abed's fault. This hero doesn't farm with this build.
So you said he doesn't need to build BKB. He also just went the 20 talent that I don't see most people go. He went the 0.1 sanity to seize Eclipse multiplier instead of the 20 strength. Yeah. Everyone's going 20 strength, but Ori's like, I got a free game. I might as well just increase my output.
He has 4 melee strength heroes in front of him, and an Omni Knight of Yang, who's always going to be there to hold his hand and dispel Roar. He can save himself from the Slark with the Hurricane Pike. You just don't fear anything, plus you've got an Aegis.
All right, so Vici Gaming, obviously they're massively far ahead. What does EG need to do to come back against this kind of deficit? 12k gold lead, and team fights aren't working out for you. What do you do?
Dire's middle tower.
Come up with something better for game 2?
All right, that's fair enough. Stall out the game until your brain trust in Boba gives you a better answer.
I mean, we've seen some pretty epic comebacks, though, in this tournament. Ramses?
They're going to need an epic comeback as Ramses gets picked off right in front of their tier 3, and EG don't even try and back up. They're just trying to push out the side lanes, because the last thing they want is to be locked inside their base.
Yep, Vici doing a nice job just playing 2 lanes. They get mid. Abed cut the wave there, or perhaps they're entering tier 3, but it's fine, because Ori was still top. This will set up for the tier 2, and perhaps even a base push, although Aegis is getting reclaimed right about now.
I'm convinced, by the way, nobody should be giving away Train Protector.
Yes,
Like, laning phase is good, but look at just the way he's always able to play the side lane. E.g., they're all pushing bottom, or like, you know, Slark's pushing bottom, and a support by himself is stopping him from threatening the tier 2 tower.
It's the addition of this Nature's Grasp. It just does so much damage. It kills a creep wave, right? Any hero, especially on support, that can kill a creep wave, it's just such a huge boon because, as you said, you can play the dead lane and just, I can't push without creeps, so I guess I'll just back away. You also can walk through trees. You're one of those mythical heroes that Ice Frog deems in his infinite wisdom to just give a 5th ability to. Shout out to Monkey King Mischief as well.
Yeah. It's, Ice Frog works in mysterious ways, Kyle. As DY is going to return to the trees from whence he came and continue to be a thorn in Evil Genius's side, both figuratively and literally here with the brambles.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I just think you have a global spell that gives just plus 10 armor and some healing. Can also be used on towers.
There's
AoE lockdown.
All right, they're finally tired of this guy. They're gonna try and catch him with the Beastmaster coming in. The Hawk to be able to reveal, but sorry, you were too slow.
Yeah, and I'm walking through the trees invisible.
Ha! Got him.
Nice smoke from Vici. They're just going to come try and wrap around on EG. They know they've got to be in the area. They're not in base. Let's go find them.
They showed that Boots of Travel TP to bottom lane. Evil Genius is obviously committed. Let's just sandwich them.
Oh, EG, I don't know if you want this fight. I know you know they're coming.
They're going to be able to catch CY here. They can blow him up before the overgrowth would be really big, but the overgrowth goes off instead. Lotus Orb out. DY's just trying to stall as now Vici Gamer going to pounce into the backline. They've already taken out Ramses. Ori on the side the fight. And look, he just got blown up. RTC's gone. Abed, see you later. Triple kill for Ori. Hey, you're right, Kezu. Ori, MVP. Hashtag Ori.
I'd still give it to Eurus, but it's a bit of a toss-up, really. They both haven't died. EG hasn't. How long has it been since EG got a kill? Other than, I guess that tree counts. So
yeah, before that tree though, like there are very few orange dots.
Oh no!
On that network screen.
Is that a kill? Nope, those are okay. Tiny.
Killed Tiny. Yeah, I remember because they tried to kill Tiny and then they missed. That was a bad team fight. Then they smoked up again and killed Tiny again. I'm not even sure if you could call that one.
I mean, you've got all this call. You know what? Vici takes that fight. They had AC on Mag. Ori has a sheep. You've hit like a peak toss back dead.
Very dead. Well, Kyle, I hope Evil Geniuses use their time wisely per your suggestion. They're going to try another fight here. Oh, attempting the RP, thought better of it, and skewered on out.
You know, he saw crit and just canceled it.
Yeah.
That was, I think, just possibly a bait.
Oh, Abed, he's going to be jumping onto him with the avalanche combination. Not quite enough to kill him. Slark's going to go for the OD, but he's going to imprison himself. That BKB, it's not going to last very long here. He's just going to have a few more seconds as he pops back out of the imprisonment, but he does have Ye just always helping him out. He's stealing a lot of stats, yes, but Ori's not taking any damage, and now, finally, with the Dark Peck on, he gets Sight the Beist up. Ori doesn't need Sanity's Eclipse to kill all of you. That's it. GG from EG.
That's just so clean. Again, saving the GA on Yang until the tornado is on cooldown. The disarm immediately for Eurus onto Arteezy. So for the first 2 seconds of BKB, he was just standing still. And this is an OD who went pure offense. Sight the Vice, Moonshard, and it just didn't seem to matter. He didn't even get below 80% HP. Just, I got nothing to say. And I look at the faces. I don't know if EG knows what to say either.
Yeah, they're in shock, and Vici Gaming is just kind of like nonplussed. Like super draft based looking back.
See both teams' game plans. E.g., relentless aggression, take these tier 1, specifically mid, get to the Roche pit. Vici.
10 seconds remaining. Vici Gaming's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. Evil Geniuses turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. Vici Gaming's turn to ban. Evil Geniuses turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Vici Gaming's turn to ban. Evil Geniuses turn to pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Vici Gaming's turn to pick. Hack! Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Vici Gaming's turn to pick.
Lich. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Evil Geniuses turn to pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Evil Geniuses turn to battle. Tiny. Seconds Vici Gaming's turn to ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Vici Gaming's turn to ban.
On Vici, you kind of have the EG problem of last game is you have a Lich, Grim, Doom, but if you do well in the lanes, I don't think it really matters because they have, if they do that, they have way better lanes than EG had last game at least.
Well, what if they do something? I mean, I'd like the Grimstroke, obviously, because of the 2 major ultimates coming out, but what if they also went for something like a Tusk to give them some sort of save and also be very aggressive on the side of Vici?
I like it, especially versus a puck.
Yeah, I think to throw everybody in the snowball.
I can. Tusk is okay. I would actually like Rubik quite a lot too for Vici. I know that they played well. I think Doom is a solid offlaner. I'm not sure if they have a preference or in their previous games if they've played it more on 3 or 4. But Doom Rubik is solid. It's good against puck with the lockdown. You have good spells to steal from both Tiny and the puck right now. But we'll see what they want to go for here on the next pick.
Well, I mean, that's like the really cool thing is that you do have, you know, those 2 players that can kind of switch back and forth a little bit. So most likely, you know, PYW is going to be the one playing it, but you have some options, you have some wiggle room, and that's kind of what's the cool thing about this meta right now as well. Because, you know, in the back in the day, if you saw a puck and a Tiny pick, to be like, well, you know, kind of exactly where they're laning. But nowadays, you're like, okay, you could, you know, put the puck in the forward position, you could put Tiny in the forward position, you could put him mid, off lane. You had so many options. So
also, I think one thing that EG should be looking for in the next stage is a illusion type hero that has good wave clear. Usually, when you like both Doom and Lich, they don't have the most wave clear, and Doom heavily relies on getting his Doom off. And most illusion heroes, they either have a lot of illusions already naturally, or they all buy mantas, and they make it a lot harder for Doom to be used on them.
They banned the PL. That was right. They already banned Naga. They banned the PL.
Yeah.
They thought, so it is going to be the PYW Doom, it looks like, unless, you know, some crazy. We've seen actually a middle and a carry Doom, but more than likely, yeah. So what other, like, you talked about illusion heroes, Naga and PL, what else, like, fits that archetype, Kazu?
Well, Terrorblade does, but there's not many people that play that hero right now. I actually think he's kind of strong, but I never see him outside of my pub games, so I'm not
From South America, you see just Terrorblades, especially RDO, man, and from the minor, that guy loves it.
I'm trying to think the last time we actually saw one.
Not here, I think.
No.
The minor, because RDO played it. He's on Korea.
So we did see one at the minor.
Yeah, it did not, unfortunately, go well for him, but he's like a level 25 Terrorblade, plays it non-stop.
And you do with this puck now, we talked about, this could be a middle puck, and you do maybe just do a single core TB, like you said. Yeah. We've seen a few just single core lineups, and they do work out when you have that omega hard carry, but I think this third pick will give more away. Or it'll just be a, I don't know, probably just 5 hero. Won't give anything away. They're using a lot of time again, and you got to think, what 5 hero again? We're missing a lot of them, and guess what? The best one in the game's on Vici's side. Meanwhile, you can't get a tree disruptor.
What about Avenge? Get a snap.
I like
snap.
it.
Gives you a nice aura, nice dedicated stun.
The only problem with that is because I think Vici versus EG is so lane dominating these 2-1-2 lanes. Is Venge is a crappy support, just straight up garbage. But in the grand scheme of things, I agree. And it's a save. That's the thing. It's a save.
It's a save.
With puck. They take
There we go.
Now,
Here's the Venge.
if you definitely look at this, watch the laning phase. If Venge has a bad time and feeds, well, you're going to see. But as Moxie said, that snap is damn good.
What if they... No, probably not. We've been talking about Slara, right? And like the negative armor idea, and you have a Vengeful Spirit on Evil Geniuses, but I doubt we're going to see it at this point,
That's
right?
a deny. 100% a deny pick. I mean, it's good for them too, but you pick up the Venge right there. Obviously, Drow's going to be good.
Yeah, it was Owen who was talking about it. He's just like, he was like building a holy trinity, but he's like, yeah, Venge Drow, you just don't lose those games. So deny pick coming in on the side of Vici, and it's somewhat of a deviation too in some ways when you were talking about, there's the Slark.
This is a lot of just single target lockdown, though, again.
It is.
That makes me nervous for EG. I don't know what their last pick is going to be, but it's got to be something that brings some team fight to the table, I think.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the thing, EG as a team has been the same for 2 years, and they bring these ideas, and they will be the same ideas they're not going to deviate from, right? They get top 3 majors. They don't obviously win them, but they run the same thing, and they
Evil Geniuses turn to ban. Evil Geniuses turn to pick.
it's tough. It's tough.
This feels like Vici's in a
That's a classic.
we talk about being very open.
Wish to retract your last move.
Prepare for battle.
I am grateful.
EG, not nearly on its clock. They do have the Arc Warden. It's quite dominant. Everyone likes it against Drow Ranger, but the new Drow with the ability to use those styles is a little different in terms of the matchup.
Yang. He managed to get the stacks up on RTZ, but he's also given away a lot of stacks in stats. And Yang, he's going to be having his healing salve canceled by the Wave of Terror, and they know where he went to as well as he tried to do a cheeky cut through. First blood for RTZ. Yeah, EG's definitely not on a timer whatsoever. It feels like in this game, Vici Gaming is going to be on a very thick timer at that one.
I don't know if I would agree with it that much. I feel like when you have a Doom and a Bad, and like all of your heroes are going to scale. Specifically the support duo of Vici, Doom versus Slark. And whenever your 4 position can deny the enemy carry the ability to play Dota 2, you always got to feel at least even going into the late game. Ramsey's actually going to teleport bottom. Are they doing a full lane swap? Well, yeah, it appears, I guess. Did Vici swap first?
Yeah, they did. Eurus is already down in the bottom lane, but they're going to catch him out here as the magic missile stun. Oh, the miss pounce from RTZ. They land that one. They probably could have committed to killing Paparazzi. But as it is, they won't be able to get that kill, and they'll just swap.
This is really weird. I'm surprised Vici swapped out. They had the wards for up top. They were in a good position. Maybe they just felt Yang wouldn't be able to hold bottom. But that's just weird. Typically, you rotate first if you're losing the lanes, not if you're coming out ahead.
DY, oh, that frost armor is going to make the difference. It's Crit who dies instead, and now Ramses is going to be able to jump to his orb, but PYW with the Scorched Earth, he is chasing down Ramses, gets a few more hits in. The burn, it's going to wear out soon. Ramsey still has the Fairy Fire. Baits in PYW a little bit more into the creep wave. He armors himself, but it's not good enough. He's already taken too much damage. That is silence from Ramses. Silences the Doom out of the game.
Really nice play there. Just baiting him in with the Fairy Fire. A little overconfidence there from PYW. I love that he always seems to have an Ice Armor or a Wolf, though. I feel like those are by far the most effective creeps, especially when you consider that he can only eat creeps up to level 4, so not as if you have many better options. Yang kills the courier, removes some regen from Artur.
Yang's just doing every little thing he can to get away from RTZ. Does a little ring around the rosy bit. Now he's trying to pull the creep wave. After that deny, we'll have to give up the bounty runes though, as all 4 for EG. And well, how's our mid lane going? 28-10 compared to 21-3. So you're right, Kunkka is winning this lane, and he's soon going to have level 6, which I presume Arc Warden's going to have to abandon the lane.
Yep, and he's also forced Abed to spend a little extra money on regen. He's just not really able to lane against the 0-1s. He gets double bracers and continuously spams you with the Tidebringer. That early point on Gaze once again paying off for DY. This should secure a kill on Fly. Tries to deny the Ancients, no luck there.
Bo coming in, he got his level 6, and sure enough, he goes for the kill, but that's why Crit was hanging around the area. They knew that as soon as Ori got that combination, he was going to go for it. Abed. Oh, nice catch onto Ramses. Pull him in with a Sinister Gaze and allow Eurus to lay out damage with that multi-shot.
I'm surprised they found that kill. I expected Eurus to get a point in silence at level 4. Wasn't even needed. They just kill Ramses being a bit over-aggressive down bottom. That's just his play style, though. It happens every once in a while. Mid lane, they've got Abed. No though.
Yeah, I like this. PYW. Oh, they're actually missing out on the torrent, which means Abed will survive. Especially with the tossback, they might actually be able to get the kill on PYW. They will. Another great play by Crit to catch somebody overextending. Abed's going to leave his Tempest double to try and defend the tower. But the important part for Vici Gaming is they're getting a lot of damage on this mid tower before the Arc Warden is fully ready to defend.
Yeah, that's a good point. And as soon as you kill this mid tower, Arc Warden, very similar to the old Medusa in the sense that you effectively just jungle for about 5-10 minutes once the early game ends. If you remove tier 1s, it's a lot harder to do that.
Oh, that silence came in perfectly right before Ramses can commit for that kill onto DY. Now he's going to be brought back by the Sinister Gaze. They do get the turnaround kill and Fly. He knows he can't really retreat, so instead he tries to fight Eurus back, but this is realizing that it's not a winning engagement either way.
This Ice Armor is just straight up winning the game for Vici Gaming. +6 armor. In addition, it slows the attack and move speed of anybody that attacks you for 5 seconds. 5 seconds. It's actually kind of broken, especially this early in the game. Venge Aura removes only half that plus armor, and he just keeps putting it up on his cores. It's why why the Lich is able to stay alive and just stand still, pull them forwards. You also have the Lich Frost Armor, so there's just no real way for this bottom lane of EG to truly pressure with their physical damage.
Ori showing that even with heroes rotating over, he's still able to, thanks to the defensive X, get plenty of CS. Abed trying to recover a little bit off the medium camp, back over to bottom lane. Fly's going to die again as the multi-shot comes in. DY takes the kill. 6-4. 10 kills in 8 minutes. It's been a pretty fast laning phase. TZ.
I'm concerned for EG solely because it's their playmakers getting shut down. Crit might be able to make a move here, though. If he can find the Doom with a toss back, will the Spark Wraith land properly? No, it will not. But yeah, Ramses and Crit, these are the only two real playmakers for the side. You've got a Slark Arcwarden. It's another typical greedy EG draft. And you need this bottom lane to be doing a bit better.
Bo coming in, Crit's going to try and get out of that radius and then turn back in for the toss, but it's not enough to save Abed. Abed playing the Arc Warden that the panel mentioned. This is something that's a little unique because usually it's Arteezy.
Yep. And that's why it was a bit odd to me. I figured, I guess Abed doesn't play the Slark, but you would have figured that if there was a game to put it mid, this would be it. And yeah, to your point, Arteezy typically does play the one for EG. And
do you think that Abed's going to be a little bit uncomfortable on this hero?
Oof, nice juke from Ramses. Will save his life. He was certainly dead there. Uncomfortable on the Arcwarden? Nah, I don't think so. He's played it a bunch before. Was known for his Medusa.
After all, he's a micro player at the end of the day, right? Yeah. Being a famed.
Because they know up top Yang, sure, he doesn't like playing against a Slark, but you're going to do just fine. He's actually he's only 300 gold behind Arteezy in net worth, and he's also forced him out of the lane. Look at the warding, too. You know, Vici Gaming, it's similar to what they did in that first game, just prioritizing their vision around the places in the map that they needed. Previously, it was just covering their side of the river. Now, it's all focused on this bottom half of the map. Right side, rather, because this is where they know EG is going to be looking to make plays. This is where their playmakers are concentrated. Slark Arcwarden, I mean, you can come here and hit this tower as Abed, but you're not really able to make too many moves in terms of finding kills. As top, Eurus already there with Yang, and this tower falls so fast.
Yeah, the
bottom's at like 2/3 still.
Fortunately, they do have the Siege Wagon coming in, but Ori wants to be able to fight here because he's found an opportunity thanks to an Invis rune. They spotted him, though. They do have a sentry out. Fly, he's going to throw out the stun immediately onto the Lich. The Tempest Double's trying to finish off DY. Throws out the Chain Frost, bounced over to FY, and they will manage to kill Fly, but Ramses, being chased down, still has the silence to be able to jump away from PYW. Now he's slowed down with no creeps to help him out. That means that slowdown.
Yang was almost there in time, but this is the danger of this Vici lineup, right? They got top tower, and then they're able to just rotate bottom and preserve theirs. Drow stays top, he gets a couple extra bonus waves, and EG is just sort of stopped in their tracks. You've got a Veil complete on Ramses, maxing out the silence, by the way. Not as optimal for farming, but it is quite nice to try and get on top of the Lich and the Drow, I suppose. I'm actually not sure why you would max silence in this game.
Yeah, it is.
It's the same damage as max Q, but with a 3-second longer cooldown when maxed out. Perhaps the mobility, who knows?
You see Yang is, he had a little bit of a difficult lane, but he performed very well, and now he's like one of the strongest heroes on the map.
Yeah, and I'm afraid for EG, once they get this pipe up on a bad, and Yang's going to be rushing it, where's the physical damage from this squad?
Yeah.
Especially if this Doom just continues to hold on to his ice armor, which so far it looks like that'll be the case, as he's just going to be maxing out the Scorched Earth first.
Found a gank. Little pickoffs like this, Evil Geniuses can catch supports, but at the same time, Crit is actually dying to Ori in the mid lane, and they're taking that mid tower.
This is, again, it's so low because of all that pressure in the first catapult wave, right? So now it's just 12 minutes. It's already down to near 300 HP. DD up is... I imagine this will be enough to help secure it, and yeah, you're just going to smack it. They know there's no glyph.
And Arc Warden had, he's just not ready to defend towers left.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
It's too countered by a Kunkka to be able to approach that lane and save it with the magnetic field.
I've seen this game before in this tournament. You got one squad with a core that's online and ready to go make moves in Ori's Kunkka. Yang and Eurus can just shove lanes with reckless abandon, and EG, you've got two cores now that are effectively just going to be trading jungles. There's no real way to make moves. And that's always a bit scary if you're on the back foot and the lanes are going to be you. 2, as we see here. Crit. And he needs to get things done. That coil into toss out and snap be instrumental in finding kills on these Vici heroes. Bang's able to close the distance. That shield off will most likely save anybody in danger.
Well, they need it, but it's going to be a while before they have it, since Crit most success in his landing phase, dying a number of times, doesn't have a whole lot of gold in his savings account. 11-9, 3,000 net worth lead for Vici Gaming as they push forward once again. PYW and Ori. This is a scary duo. And get a kill anyway for Ori. He's actually going to go up to top lane to swap back onto yours. Doesn't actually break the coil, but it should still be enough kill. Still though, that chain frost continues to bounce all around. Fly gonna be for the retreat, and it's a good call too, because again, Ori canceled that smoke gank they were going for to TP up to top to try and save yours, or at least make a good engagement of it.
Moves coming bottom now as well. RGZ TP's bottom. There's a Doom there with Doom up.
He's gonna get Doom! Oh, the avalanche, man, came in just in time.
Big stun from Crit.
Spark Wraith will chase down one of them, but they can't go for the kill.
You see Vici also understand how Arc Warden's abilities work. I've seen so many teams not canceling out the flux. If you just stand near a friend, it doesn't do damage and it doesn't slow. The ability is effectively worthless. Just stand next to an ally. You're gonna be fine.
Not to mention it's dispellable as well, right? So you've got an Abaddon who can deal with it.
DY taking out. Well, you can see the focus shift, right? They kind of know that bottom lane is dead. You defend the tower once, now you get the hell out of there. And look at where the warding is. You've got sentries placed and 2 aggressive wards from Vici because they want to keep their drow up top now and play around him there.
PYW, oh, nice reactions there. Arteezy managed to pounce away as he's hit by the Doom, so PYW's initiation is completely wasted, and now they're actually going to try to go for the kill. He's going to be locked down by the coil.
Alright, so they let Slark get that bonus agility though. Didn't get the last hit, but doesn't matter. He will pick it up. And top, again, Vici, they knew this was going to happen, right? They're already on the tier 2 top.
Yep. They're set in a situation where they can win in both sides, right? If the heroes are top, Vici Gaming have 2 great frontliners and can take a team fight, and then that allows Doom to be able to win bottom. If they're not top, then you trade tier 2 for tier 1. Either case, you're winning if you're Vici Gaming. You're using your advantage to grow more and more.
Yep. And just another solid game. EG, of course, they're not out of this. They've got Arc Warden. They've got Slark. They'll certainly be able to scale. Oh, yeah. It's just always tough because right now it's Vici who are in control of the game. They've got the momentum. They've got the playmaking ability. EG, you're just trying to buy time. Eventually get some sort of advantageous team fight. But right now, Vici, you have all the team fight winners, right? You drop Boat, you drop Doom.
You're trying to catch DYW again. That's why DY, he's TPing in, and now they're going to get the turnaround fly. They just totally misread how much damage they could do. I think so. PYW is very tanky. They need more
ice armor, man.
That's true.
He swapped it out for the Wolf, actually, so he's really just that tanky. Phase boots drums, 1360.
Needs a vision. They spot him finally, but now they're going to be coiled up, and the Avalanche keeps on going out and stunning Kunkka. He used a couple abilities there, but for now, EG's not looking for a fight anyway. They just want to keep farming.
Yeah, you can see Fly's warding has a defined purpose as well, with 3 placed in the 3 different lanes, just trying to get a read on where Vici might be looking to make moves, because you're not really looking to get offensive. Your Ramses isn't even going for a blink, opting for that Yules. It'll be Crit relied upon to be the primary initiator, and he's just about 600 gold away from his. Expect EG to make some kind of smoke move once he collects that, as Ori pursues Ramses out of the jungle, who will now do a nice job just cutting that mid wave. That's the name of the game. EG bottom though, oof. That was just a clone. Just kidding.
Well, it's still 240 gold. It's from Vici Gaming's perspective, it's as good as getting a hero kill. Now they're going to get a tower as well. That's where I think the, by the way, the Kunkka pick was particularly brilliant. Not only does it match up really well against the Arc Warden, but they needed more catch because EG, they're just going to split you non-stop. They know that EG is going to do exactly this, try and get aggressive wards down to allow their cores to play super greedy.
And just so nice the way they're playing this, right? Because they shoved out the waves, immediately, boom, let's group up top, let's go for this tower, and then they teleport top, catching fly, trying to ward, because it's about controlling the objectives. Kill the tower, immediately defend. We saw them do it bottom earlier on in the game, now they do it top, continuing to grow their advantage, because they don't just get the tower, they find that exit kill. All the way up to 6K, their 3 cores nearly all in control of the top positions of the net worth chart.
I like that they mix the movement around the map with these kill teams that are set up, right?
Yeah.
Because they know EG is going to get greedy and split up their cores. They can have a kill squad of just Drow Ranger Doom at bottom lane. They catch Ramses on a silence, he's dead.
Yep, and of course, Kunkka plus anybody is also a kill, and I really like the decision to rush that Halberd. EG already have limited physical damage, and it's very effective against both Slark and the Arc Ward. Not just the disarm, but the evasion, as EG's smoke is probably going to be left wanting here. They went down to this bottom area of the map, but PYW has done a good job just camping under his tower. He knows his job, just defend these objectives. Ori hasted, might find crit mid, so just so close to the blink.
Showing out the Tempest double, making it a target rather than one of his allies. Oh, he's got an Essence Ring for it, too.
And a Mjolnir. That's actually such a sick item on the Arc Warden clone.
Yeah, make it
so
super tanky. Just run down lanes with the Mjolnir active on it.
Has the Van Brace as well. So Abed's net worth is a bit higher than it appears when you consider that he's got Treads, Mjolnir, and 3 neutral items. He's a lot stronger than he may appear. Mid lane, Ramses caught a silence. He's in some trouble. DY. Oh, so nice. See how he's in range to gaze, but not in range of the silence? That was really well done. He didn't even have silence up, and no time to even get that Yules off. Unfortunately, Ramses will fall for the 3rd time in this game. Bottom, they're hunting Fly, and they found him.
I like how both teams, really cool warding they've had in Game 1 and Game 2 here. Both are putting wards right in front of tower points, so they know where these heroes are rotating through here. It allows them to be able to catch Fly.
Crit did a nice job, though. He was up top, so he ensured that they traded outposts. If Vici got both there, that would have been a huge win. However, there's still 8,000 gold up. Eurus is about to complete his BKB. And again, EG, no real physical damage. Look at that graph. This is just sort of the tale of the series thus far. Vici Gaming, slowly but surely, growing their advantage in every phase of the game. Just playing better Dota. EG's going to have to find something soon. And I don't know what it is, Cap, because they just have that lack of playmaking ability until Crit has his blink. He just got it, but it's already, there's a BKB on Drow. Like, where, there's a blink on PYW's Doom. Like, it's not really that much of an advantage any longer.
And Vici Gaming, as you said, their heroes are going to scale, so it's not like they're going to be so anxious to push high ground that they're going to make a bunch of mistakes.
Yep.
They can continue to just play and hunt EG heroes as they try and split push, and once you pick them off enough times, then you can go for the throw.
Yep. You have a big edge right now as Vici because of the BKBs, but also the aura items. You have a Wolf Creep still consumed. Sorry, now it's the scent of the War Stop. So you've got a Blink Initiator of your own on Doom. Ramses in some trouble. He does have Yules, though. Can't get outplayed here. Nice job. But you've got Vlad's pipe advantage in comparison to EG. However, the big turning point is if Puck can get an axe, because all of a sudden you've got that swap out of coil potential that just completely negates Vici's BKB advantage. And yeah, if he lands that, the Doom will follow. That would be a kill.
Yeah, silence.
Ramses? Careful.
He's willing to play with them a little bit. He's down to just try and waste more of their time.
But they showed and then just immediately smoke away. This is so cool from Vici. They're going to look to find some higher priority kill up top.
The sad part is that they're not finding that kill just yet because it's a Tempest double. It's a Puck who's managed to evade them and dodge them once again. It's a Slark who has seen them coming once or twice, but he may not see the smoke gain coming as they're going to spot him first. Manage to blink on top of the pounds. Get him doomed up as well. Bye-bye, Artur. That is a killing spree for PYW and an opening into Roshan.
They're just so good, Cap. Like, I wanna talk about both these sides, but it's all Vici all series long. Like just the fact, oh, we couldn't kill Ramses. All right, boom! Immediately we smoke cross map. You get an even more important kill in a better area of the map because now you're 10 steps away from the Roche pit. You can walk right inside. You've already got vision placed. If Artor were to buy back TP Shrine, you see them coming.
Under
You're in total control.
That they missed out on a puck kill, but Vici Gaming turned it into an opportunity. We showed bottom. Let's catch somebody else. And Tumpus Double's not going to stop them from being able to road shot. But maybe a jump in from Crit. Get it back. Talk about the road shot kill and takes the Aegis. He won't be able to get out though, his Blink Dagger in, but it doesn't matter, man.
He even got the BKB used by Eurus there. Unfortunately, just a little bit late. This is the guy. If you want EG to win this game, you need Crit to continue to make plays like that. The only angle he could have approached from with no vision available, he just times it perfectly.
Blink in 3-man avalanche. The toss on the right person too.
Yeah.
The Drow Ranger being tossed so she couldn't get the BKB off. Quite fortunate for Crit there. And the trade-off. The trade-off, right? EG are like, oh, we're going to split push a bunch of lanes. Now they didn't even give up anything for it.
That's huge, because if you get Aegis there as Vici with double BKB, you just go walk down mid. You kill that tier 2, threaten high ground. It's a completely different game. We already saw this, what was it, yesterday? When, earlier today, rather, in that TNC versus Fnatic game where
the Huskard.
Yeah, Armel getting killed by the Roche may have changed the fate there. Of course, TNC were able to pull it out, but it certainly looked a hell of a lot harder than it could have been, and it took almost 60 minutes. Bottom lane, you've got Ramses now with bots, still not going for the Ags, and he has that luxury now, right? Because you're not back against the wall, but the Glimmer Cape, DY.
I love it when somebody really just waits till the tad end of the TP before they ruin it. Okay, they're going to ruin a TP of their own. It's mid lane. We're going to have a fight. Arteezy is going to jump in on Dieng here. Stunned up by the Centaur. Gets off his Dark Pack. Threatens the Doom, but he gets off the Shadow Dance first. Now with the BKB activated by Ori, I think EG are just happy enough that they forced a little something out of Vici game without losing anybody.
This is great for EG. This is what they've got to keep doing. They still can't fight. You can't threaten any hero that's BKB'd, but the way they're itemizing, you can understand the philosophy. It's about shoving lanes. Puck one side, Arc Warden clone another, Slark cutting across the map. Maybe you find somebody out by their lonesome, you could get a kill, but for now, it's just farm, farm, farm. Get to a point where you could win some sort of critical engagement with the coil and to swap back, toss out, and try to avoid this Doombringer. PYW with Ori in tow have a killer instinct up and running. Another Glimmer Gaze.
Pulls them in, has a Yule Scepter, has a phase shift. Can he actually get out of here? He's going to have to somehow... No, the multi-shot instantly killed him. Oh, Titan Sliver for Arteezy. One of the best items for Slark.
Every attack on a hero, you gain 3 agility, which is then buffed up by your Sliver, not to mention the resistance.
Yeah, you'll never say no to some status resistance on a Slark. He's trying to get full magic resistance with a BKB in tow. Hey, the Drow lineup just got a telescope. Can't complain about that.
Indeed, another Halberd is going to be queued up by Yang. I really like this. I mean, this item's not just one of the best, and when you're playing against 2 heroes, specifically the Arc Warden, that are susceptible to disarm, not to mention it's an evasion. It's just such a good item.
Yeah.
Evasion, strength, and an active, plus there's no recipe, so you're effectively just getting more stats than the base of the components,
right? Plus
this active ability that's super effective.
Add in the fact that regen amplification, really good for certain heroes, mostly strength heroes, but Doom has his own regen innately, so off of Devour.
It's actually a fairly good item.
Oh, I thought he was going to get a Heaven's Halberd as well on PYW. BKB instead?
I like that more. You just want to get your Doom off on Slark and or be able to pursue Abed and just chase him down with spam stun and Infernal Blades. You can see how concerned Arteezy's Slark is. The moment he sees a Doom, he's going to have to back away.
That Aghanim Scepter will make it even more difficult for PYW. That long distance he gets from the leap, Arteezy, he was thinking about going on PYW, but the 2 other heroes of Vici Gaming were there. He doesn't take the bait, though.
Yeah, he just pinged out a ward. He was just kind of sneaking around. It's all about trying to control the map, right? Because he knows that as long as he's sitting bottom and there's Vici heroes in the vicinity, Abed's farming. You got no fear there. So he scouts out the ward. Now he's going to retreat, cross court, go up towards top. And Ramses, once again, the lone survivor down bottom lane, trying his best to keep the creep equilibrium flowing towards the Vici side of the map.
And if he doesn't die, he'll be able to get an Aghanim Scepter on the Puck, which paired with that Vengeful Spirit, as well as the tiny 2 heroes that can force the break, it will be a powerful team fight item, and even better than a high ground defense situation.
Yep. BKB up on the Doom. He's got a smoke available as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see them make a move. But again, just the lack of Sean, right? Vici sort of had their momentum just stopped in its tracks. This gold advantage still at 6K, but it hasn't shifted for more than 5 minutes. And this is Arc Warden Dota.
Now, we said Vici Gaming do scale, and so they don't have to be too anxious. They can run around getting pickoffs, but at what point are you start getting really concerned for Vici?
They're never out of the game by any means. It's just more that at some point EG can actually like match their tempo and kill things themselves. For now, what Fly's doing has effectively been the game plan. Just get the hell away from these guys. I like Abed's build though. Already has the blink. He's going E-Blade, so the magic build really looking to peak around level 25. They're really playing for as late of a game as possible.
It could be used as a saving mechanism against the Drow Ranger as well. But yeah, I like that. Just spur somebody down.
Yep. It's also just so much damage. If somebody gets swapped out of a coil, like tiny combo, the burst magical damage on EG is substantial. If you look at these net worths, Doom now level 15, so we'll have that plus Devour bonus gold talent starting to add to his coffers. Yang having a great game as well. And Drow and Kunkka still comfortably on top of the net worth charts. Although keep in mind, again, Abed still playing with 2 neutral items, so his net worth is arguably the highest in the game when you consider Drow has none. So it's not like EG are behind in that department by any means. He might lose this clone. Did it? I think it despawned.
I think it despawned as well. I didn't see a gold bounty pop up, so Vici Gaming missed out on that, and there's no tier 2 to be taken at top lane. Feels like they may just have to wait for Roshan here, or an opportunity like this, or this BKB. Geniuses, but Abed did not want to be close to PYW. Crit tossed him over, but Abed said no. Thank you.
And the Roche kill has just changed the face of this game, because EG said that you can see the confidence they're playing with. They're getting BKBs. They're making moves. They can't really kill anything, but they can distract Vici. They can pull them around the map and just slow them down, keep this game going longer and longer. This is really well done thus far by the boys in blue.
Do not be selfish.
And I like that a lot of teams have started to copy Team Secret in the sense that they just rush this Glimmer Cape early on their 5 position. It's just so valuable. Every core does no. There's 6 extra items in the game. Usually the cores have them. You just don't have any room for detection any longer.
Aghanim's almost done for Ramses. Roshan up in 2 minutes. So we're going to go for a Bloodthorn build for Ori. He just wants more lockdown. He wants to be able to stop this damn Puck from cutting creep waves all the time. Yang loses track of his courier and gets it killed.
He's got a Hex queued up after the Pipe Halberd Vlads. No surprise there. You're playing against Slark, Puck. You need that instant lockdown if you're going to kill these really annoyingly elusive heroes. Bottom, Vici just shoved that bottom lane out, and now looking to... I'm not really sure, to be quite honest. We've got a gem up on DY, so you're going to just take map control back. Another unsaid thing that I'm sure EG has been very aware of is that our tour has been calling out where wards are on the map. It's a big reason that there really isn't much presence in the warding department on the EG side of the map from Vici.
It does seem very chill. I don't know if Vici Gaming have just kind of given up on chasing down these heroes and is just waiting for the Roshan to spawn, or But the deal is they're going to keep killing Tempest doubles when they can. Ethereal Blade will prevent it from dying, and instead it will despawn once again, denying the goal.
Abed's done a really cool job of just making sure when his illusion actually starts to mess with creep waves, it's already at 6 or 7 seconds remaining. He can kill away very quick with Mjolnir buff up. And then, of course, he E-bladed himself just to ensure its survival. Roshan spawns in 30 seconds. I imagine we'll have our first true 5-on-5 at that point.
Run into the high ground, chase them away from the Roshan pit, and take the Tempest double. This time they'll get the gold. That net worth has dwindled a little bit. That lead that Vici Gaming had is now only 6K, and later on to the game, obviously, these net worth leads just don't mean the same. But they're still, like, what is going to happen when EG are finally forced to truly 5-on-5 fight for an objective?
Well, we've got a bunch of tools up. We can pull up the items real fast before we get into this big 5-on-5. The Ags is finished on the Puck. You've got the Blink Force on the Tiny. Ags BKB on the Slark as well. Halberd, and more importantly, a Bloodthorn on the Kunkka. So you've got true lockdown now for the Slark or Ramsey if they pop out. But not just that, look at the damage output on this Roshan. It's already half health. EG nowhere in the vicinity.
EG won't be here. I'm not sure. Maybe they just didn't want to take a full team fight. Instead, they're going to be cutting creep waves all around, trying to chip away at that tier 2 at bottom. Not enough to kill it, though. They also have a repair kit on the side of Vici Gaming. Not the most useful thing, but you may see them try and repair a tier 2 at bottom or something like that, just to make sure their base isn't being threatened ever.
Dude, I love this item on Ori, because he also recognizes that right now, EG, it's a simple solution to winning fights for them. They're going to just try and coil and kite BKBs and then kill the Drow. You need to be a source of damage, because if the Drow dies and you run out of it, you're just going to lose this game. Also, you get the added silence effect, which is super effective against a lot of EG's heroes. So really cool idea. Yang with the disarm onto the clones to slow down the damage. The glyph popped as well. EG looking to hunt top. They might find Ori.
They're going to be able to pounce onto him, but if he activates the BKB and turns with the X marks the spot, looking to be able to blow up. Crits with the Bloodthorn. He does a lot of damage until a Glimmer Cape comes in. As you said, cores don't want to carry detection.
It's really, I think, just a way to ensure his team doesn't get caught out of position, right? Because if he doesn't cast spells, EG could just immediately move out. Instead, they've got to hesitate. Wait, is he fine? Should we help him? What do we do? And you already have no BKB, so you're not going to be fighting. You might as well use the boat. They will kill that tier 2 middle, as EG have no intention of fighting into that Aegis. However, they do claim 3 bounty runes, so still getting a little bit extra out of the map. The gold lead now 8K for Vici. Curious to see if they try to just straight up win the game. Maybe you wait for Eurus to get his butterfly. He's only about 500, 600 gold away.
Well, it won't make that much of a difference because we already have MKB on the Arc Warden.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's the right choice here under the circumstances, because you have to assume the Drow will at some point get a butterfly in this game.
Yeah.
If Slark doesn't really want to buy MKB, you want that Abyssal Blade that our TZ has queued up as we speak.
Does PYW have the Quickening Charm, by the way? He does. He's not equipping it right now. Looks like he's almost finished up with the Shivas. But Quickening Charm on a Doom who's devouring with the Devour talent as well, the extra 150. That's a gold generator right there.
The one downside of this Puck offlane, Puck Ags, super valuable, but there's no hero on EG that can carry these Aura Sustain items. Is our
but
hang on, whoa, Doom on Puck.
It's a big pickup. Fly, is he going to try and swap him over? PYW, he read that.
That's so sick. He was already turning as Fly went for the swap.
And now, Fly, he's actually hoping to be able to still catch PYW or something. No, he's going to back up.
Yeah, and right now, you've got all these auras, right? You've got Drow Aura, Venge Aura, in addition, Vlad's, Pipe, the double Halberds, and a Shiva's now on Doom. So the 5-on-5 potential of Vici is just so amped up thanks to these abilities and items, and now there's no glyph. They know it because it was pop mid. They just go straight for this tier 3.
A repair kit with a magnetic field. That's just gross. RTZ, he's going to be able to burn out all the mana on PYW and steal a little bit of his stats. Just, chill out. You've kind of neutralized that hero. They're going to turn towards mid now instead because the repair kit was used bottom. Oh, that's a Tempest double.
I'm waiting for EG. Hang on, here's the play you're
that's a toss back on a Yang. Of course, he can very easily get out.
God, they're just being such nuisances. Once this wave dies mid, you can see RTZ doing his job, already cutting this further one. Top lane already next to the Vici tier 2, bottom where Dyer's used to be. There's just nowhere Vici can enter the base yet.
I think that's cool how he backs out like that before even finishing the creep wave. Because if he was getting ganked, they'd be like, oh, he's going to stay for this one more creep. And instead, he immediately gets out and he double pounces too. So he is nowhere near that vicinity as soon as Vici Gaming go off map.
Yeah, it's just so cool watching like the team's hive mind sort of edit the game plan in real time. Like the bots now on Ori recognize it. Okay, look, EG knows they can't fight us, but they're gonna rat the crap out of us, and we can't really stop them because it's Puck Slark.
And Ramsey's. Oh, look at God, man. He doesn't have a blink dagger, but the mobility of the silence will make up for it.
And they clear the wards. Just continuing to move around his 5. Fly, though, he knows what's up. They've got wards of their own on a high ground. I'll go take that down. Tit for tat, EG. Just trying to maintain even footing in the match. But it's Vici who smell blood. They're the ones hunting. And you've got to continue to be one step ahead as Vici if you try and, well, if you want to keep the fights 5v5.
And they are building up a net worth lead bit by bit by being this aggressive, by controlling this much of the map. Less and less EG heroes are able to push out, and that's why EG, every once in a while you're going to see it like this. They're going to dodge, dodge, dodge. It's a dance. They're just trying to dance with Vici Gaming a little bit, and then they change up the tempo. So they're going to smoke up all into this top lane as we approach the 40-minute mark.
Try and control one of the outposts. Even if you don't find a kill here, there'll be just a minute to go. You should be able to claim one. In fact, Crit does just that. He's going for a Linken's build-up. I like the decision. It's something EG is known to do. You want to get a Linken's on a support so that you can help them deal with the Doom. I expect at some point the Slark or Arc Warden would grab one of their own. And yeah, you can see Abed, it's all about that level 25, baby. He's got Sheep queued up with the Blinky Blade. As soon as he gets that online, EG can finally look to deal some real damage. But it's just so far away. It feels like by the time he picks up those bonus 5 levels, Vici will hopefully have found an engagement, and they're now going to smoke and just once again look to chase EG across the map, moving straight towards them top.
They haven't been showing themselves defending their base for quite some time. Ori is ready to boots of travel over there as well.
They've got the scan.
The bounties are about to spawn. They think this is going to place B, and the smoke has already popped. PYW jumping forward with the Sheep is going to be able to fight a lot of heroes. He's trying to try and grab somebody here, but is not able to get off a good Doom. And the missed coil means that Vici Gaming are just able to bulldoze through this area, but they didn't get a single hero.
Wow, that could have been way worse for EG. Again, they know what's up, right? Do not fight. Shit, they're here, guys. Everybody run, and it succeeds.
I just can't believe that. He does have his BKB, but he's going to be doomed up. No pounce opportunity. They're going to stay in front of him here, just trying to slow him down. Once the BKB wears off, the magic damage flow in. They don't even need that. No physical damage. He tried to be cheeky, man. He tried to sneak in a bounty room. He got greedy. Eventually, EG's going to do that. Vici Gaming have been waiting for it.
Yeah, they keep 4 heroes to the outpost in preparation. And just got them. Yeah. Not much more to say. Really well done there.
And this is where it kind of snowballs, and EG have to play more and more aggressive with this split pushing, and maybe they're going to get caught off in the process. There's no Doom, though, so honestly, the split is fine.
The first time they caught Artur with the nice move, they got a Roche that was stolen. Now they've got an opportunity to perhaps push for tier 3. Slark does have buyback.
Patience, the biggest virtue that Vici Gaming has. Now they don't have to be patient any longer. They can go for that high ground. They can go through this magnetic field, deal with the tier 3 tower, bring down that tower before the repair kit can heal it back up. They're going to try and adjust some of these heroes. Fly's going to be forced back. Finally, tower falls. Melee rack soon to fall, unless, they get the silence out. The Puck-Yule Scepter himself gets are stopped, as well as Sinister Gaze. Double stuns, controlling up Ramses. Mid lane of Barracks gone, and Vici Gaming are not done yet. They say, Artur, you have to buy back here, otherwise we're going to take everything you have. 15 seconds left for the Slark. Evil Geniuses need to be able to formulate a response. Avalanche coming through, and they do have the Tempest Coil. They're going to coil out, but they're going to swap back on the Urus. He turns off at his BKB, and with the Satanic, might just be able to with the Hurricane Bike as well. He's fighting and living. He's life-stealing through everything, and now they're going to lose boost to Arc Warp. Potentially Tempest Double is down. Ramses, Crit going back in. Arteezy's here to double pounce forward. Goes, lands on the event. Now who he wanted to go for. Instead, he's trying to chip away at Ori into the back line. PYW, Buck almost had it, but instead he died back. Arteezy, he's going to try and go for Eurus here, but Eurus is ready for the turnaround as he turns. Silences, multi-shot out. Arteezy taking a lot of damage. What a beautiful avalanche. Covers a lot of that AoE, but they haven't brought down a single hero. Bounce through all those heroes. Ace in the trays. He gets brought back by the X and taken down. A buyback from EG, but they're only left with 3 heroes.
They lost only the supports, and they've both bought back.
Arteezy and Abed.
Ramsey's die-backed.
I don't think they're going to be able to stop this.
They fought that entire engagement on EG's high ground with Drow swapped through a BKB piercing coil with repair kit on the tower, and yet they crushed it.
It wasn't even close. Vici Gaming, it was beginning to feel like, man, maybe they're just never gonna find that pick. And as soon as you think that, they do. They finally strike, they finally pounce, they get the kill, and now EG has to formulate a 3 versus 5. They're going for Eurus right now with Abed, but he's having to deal with. They actually forced him into the magnetic field to be able to deal with a little bit of damage. He gets the Venn diagram, trying to hold as best he can, but it's not good enough. Take down 5 of EG, bring down their tier 4s, and Vici Gaming just getting better and better as this tournament moves forward.
Unbelievable, Cap. I got nothing really to say. I don't think EG out of a game. They just couldn't make plays. And if you're going to play this style where you wait for Vici to make a mistake and you want to capitalize to win the game, well, you're going to be waiting for a while because they